Right, so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a direct head-to-head comparison. TS2, TS4. Very good range Titleist have come with these drivers. So when you look at the base of the club, you'll see the main differences is TS2 has got all the weight at the back and at the bottom. So basically what we've got, when we hold it up, the club's very flat, all the MOI back, centre of gravity back and at the bottom, should make it stable when you miss it. TS4, weight is at the front. So see, it's a little bit higher. So on paper, this should, on your out the middle, should be pretty decent. On your miss it, should give us a bit more dispersion. But let's just have a look to see how much dispersion, or if it really does. Now, to make it apples for apples, when you're doing a comparison, what a lot of guys do, they just pop the same shaft into each and go, oh, I've got the same shaft in each, therefore it's apples for apples. Well, actually it's not. It's actually apples and pears, because the weight of the head and where the weights are different makes the shaft react differently. So I did a little bit. So I used the Smoke 6.0. So I've put that into TS2. Now, having the weight forward in the shaft actually makes the head a little bit more dynamic. Sometimes it can give you a bit more club head speed, but it does make the club get a little bit quicker through the acceleration zone. So what I've actually done, I've actually ramped the shaft up 5 grams. So I put the even flow in there, which is just a little bit of a tighter shaft, which now makes it apples for apples. So now, when I went through the profile, the shaft profile, before I did this, yeah, so now this is good to go. Okay, so just going to look at this data now quite quickly. I've got to say, TS2 feels pretty solid driver. When you missed it, it still felt all right. The TS4 felt quick. I won't lie, it did feel quick, and it shows. You know, club head speed. I mean, one of them was up to 113, so it gave me 3 or 4 mile an hour more club head speed. That's pretty good. Spin was down just a little bit on the TS4. I would have expected that with all the weight forward. Distance didn't show in the club head speed. The key for me, though, the figure I don't like is the right spin. If we look over here, the bottom one is the TS4. You can just see my access spin, my side spin, if you want to call it, is quite high. The TS2, you can see, just held its line. We go quickly now, just have a little look at this, and you can just see there the TS2 just held its line to the left. I bang it down the left, and we had one. I lost one. Apart from the others were pretty decent. Down to that TS4, you can see it just had that right spin. It just wanted to go, and I feel in windy conditions it would have had it. Okay, that's the data. Okay, so just a quick overview, really. Yeah, it sort of came out as I expected, although the shock for me was I thought the TS4 would have maybe 1 or 2 mile an hour more. Listen, it had 4 or 5 mile an hour more club head speed, just one dropped it down. I mean, it was pretty solid. I mean, I was really quite smooth. I got one up there to 113 mile an hour. It's like 108 really with the TS2. So I don't think that can be ignored. So if you are a good driver at a golf ball, and maybe you've got a draw and you're quite solid, I don't think you can ignore 5 mile an hour club head speed. I could throw that out there. For me, I have that drop off cut. TS2 for me is quite solid. You bang it up the left, it holds its line. If you miss it, you don't get that big access spin to the right. So I know I'm going to be pretty good. But like I said, for people that are out there, that TS4, that 5 mile an hour, that's massive in club head speed. That's really good. But yep, having the weight front, if you do miss it a little bit, it's not the driver for you. But I've got to say, pretty solid all round. But for me, consistency wise, TS2, having the weight at the back and at the bottom, that is very consistent. Having the weight at the front, it will give you that distance on your good shots. It will do. So if that's what you're looking for, that's what you go for. But do expect a big miss now and again. All right.